All right. This is the first of this question that I ever had. Most questions are the same. I'm this age or I'm this grade. Should I play? I don't have experience. Should I play? Love answering those questions because I feel like every situation is different. And I love when you guys put in context of like who you are, what your past is, like what your past, like all that stuff. So it helps me give you a better answer. But this question, the question is, I'm a girl. I want to play football. Should I play football? All right. So there's a couple things that first came to my mind. Um, so like I have to answer this question as if my daughter or my loved one was trying to go out and play football. And me having played football, I know what it's like. So I have a decent, I have a really good idea of what a potential woman would go through if she played for a team, because I have played on teams with women, and I have been in a high school where women have played. So eighth grade year, there was a girl on my team. She was pretty bad. She, played in, the fourth quarter when there was a blowout, stuff like that. She practiced, she showed up, she always had good energy. It's kind of awkward, like, the whole guy girl thing. She wasn't gay, so it was kind of like some dudes were talking to her, she was talking to some guys. It's kind of weird. High school, it was a little bit more professional. Like the girl, she wasn't really trying to talk to any guys on the team. No dudes were really trying to hit on her. So we have that. So to answer your question, I would say ask yourself, what are you trying to do? Because if you're trying to be one of those girls that makes a statement saying, I can play football with the boys, I feel like that's the wrong approach, and I would say no. I mean, I understand that women can do a lot of things that men can do, but I will caveat that with saying that football, any man sport is a sport because it's men who are playing it, and men normally dominate that sport. Because men are built different than women. Men have the muscle capacity, it's just a different, it's a different, men have a different build than women. Men are outfitted more for speed and strength than women are, and football is pretty much all speed and strength. I will say that the girl that played high school, she was just a punter, I believed, and she was solid. She couldn't punt as far as the guy punter, but she was a solid punter. So I would say make sure, like, the only way I would let my daughter go out and play football is if I knew for certain that she had a chance of cracking the starting lineup, meaning she was going to be really good at the sport and was going to be able to make people recognize that she's actually good at football. And that doesn't come by just showing up to a football field. And I tell this to the guys too, don't just show up thinking you're going to start. Like, work on yourself first. Work on yourself. Make sure you make yourself the person who deserves the starting spot versus just going out there and saying, oh, hopefully I start. Hopefully I get in the starting lineup. So I would say no if you're looking to just fly a flag of like, yo, I'm a woman and I want to play a man's sport, because you're gonna get buried deep on the depth chart. Guys are weird, I know. Like, it's not gonna be fun for you. It's not gonna be like, I would say you're gonna ruin more relationships than you're gonna make. Like, of course you'll make friends on the team, but it's just not gonna, like, no, like, I haven't met a woman, like, I'm 33 now. I haven't met somebody who's cool, like, as a woman, and she played like a guy sport or football with guys. When she was younger, I think the type of person, the type of woman that wants to go out and play football with men isn't the type of person that usually bodes well later in life, if that makes sense. Because it's just a different energy. You don't wake up and say, as a woman, I want to play football. It's like a guy, like, the guys who want to go play, do nails or something. Like, it's a different dude than a guy who goes out and plays a manly sport. Like, when they're 40 or 50, like, you'll see, like, that it's a different, it's just a whole different path. So if you're thinking that this is your way of like getting back at the patriarchy and just being the whole feminist, I want to be the woman that plays football, that's the wrong motive. You're not playing for yourself, you're playing for an agenda. So watch out for all that stuff. Granted, football is a great sport, but I don't think this is where, because it's physical, you're gonna go up against guys who potentially want to hurt you because you are a woman and it's free game out there, and I wouldn't want to see that in my daughter. And I'll answer this another way, or I'll kind of see. like I'm trying to guess where you're coming from with playing this. If you think it's a fun sport and you want to go play, it's a fun sport for those who make it fun. Making it fun, like when I say make it fun, that means you made yourself into the type of athlete or person who can go out and compete at that level safely with others, and that allows it to be fun. If you can't compete at that level safely, then it's not going to be fun for you. You're going to go out there, like, trust me, practices are harder than games. If you can't practice for 4 days a week and then play 1 day a week, safely, it's not going to be fun for you. Again, it's a male sport, a male dominated sport, and I mean, yes, there's girls that play football in college nowadays, and they had that whole commercial, the girl playing football. But let's be honest, like, her making it on that college, was that really her skill level, or was that just I don't want to say affirmative action, that was the college way of saying we're inclusive and all that? Like, do you want to be the woman who made the team just because, this school had to check their box on diversity? Like, I'm a black guy, and if a company hires me, in a white area, I know that they're just trying to check a box for diversity. I can use that to my benefit, and say, hey, you want to check your box for diversity? I'll be your guy. So I don't want you to be the type of person who says, you know what, I'm going to go out, I'm going to try to have fun on the football field, but you're not the type of person who can have fun because you can't play at that level and safely. Safely meaning you won't get hurt, you won't hurt others, because usually, the people who don't know what they're doing, they hurt the people who do know what they're doing, because the people who do know what they're doing don't know that person doesn't know doesn't know what they're doing. So I would think deep of where you're coming from wanting to play football. And if you could do it safely, like, there's flag. Nothing wrong with it. A lot of us, I played defensive back, so most of my practices I didn't spend on the ground tackling people. It was just 7-on-7s. They got an offense out there, 7 guys, there's 7 guys on defense, and they call hike, and it's all pass plays. That's fun. That's super fun. And you know what? You're not tackling anybody. You're not getting hit by anybody. You're not trying to get off blocks. You're not trying to, do any. The physicality is pretty much removed from the whole sport. And I think that's where women can shine at. But if you want to play football, like 11-man, that's going to be tough. I would advise against it. Again, like, don't come into this thinking that it's just because you're a woman, you're flying the flag of, hey, I'm a woman, I can do everything that men do. Yeah, which I'm not going to say you can't, but you're making life a heck of a lot harder if you think that you can come into a man's territory and do what he does and do it well and safely. Like, I don't want to deter you away from sports, because I think sports are the best character builder for men and women on the planet. Like, there's no other way to make you a different type of person than going out competing for something with people, like the camaraderie of it. But I would say football might not be the sport for that for you, if you're a woman. Again, like, there's women playing football in college now, but I don't think that it's an enjoyable experience for them. I think more of it is just the college trying to check a box to say, hey, we have a woman on our team, come watch us, and make it a publicity stunt. So I don't want that to be you. Hopefully this answer was good for you. I know a lot of men were scared to say this stuff nowadays, just because we have this big push on feminism and all these equal rights and all this stuff. But from a guy's guy, like, I would say no, don't go out and play. You can play the flag 7-on-7. That's great. I mean, it's fun. There's no physicality in it, but it's just a sport that men are built for. Honestly, I don't even know if I really want my boys playing football, because it's so barbaric nowadays. Like, the sport, guys are moving way too big, moving way too fast. Everybody's way too strong. Like, it's a sport that isn't going to be, like I always say, my grandkids won't know the football what I played, because their football is going to look so much different. Like, people are getting, way too many injuries out there. And would I want my daughter in that, or what I want, my loved one, a woman in that? No. So hopefully this answer helped you out. Let me know if you got any other questions. I'd be happy to help. Definitely help you out with the training and working on yourself and all that stuff. Just getting ready for, a physical type sport like, football. If you're doing the 7-on-7s, or if you go out, let me know. I'd be eager to know, and I'd be eager to follow your journey. Maybe we could talk more and more and more and see how your journey's going with it. And yeah, man, keep giving me updates. So talk to you soon. I'll see you guys at the top, man. Let's win this thing called life. And yeah, man, let's get it done.